This is my early 30s, and I'm driving into work on my motorcycle. It's 4 a.m., 2 kids at home, probably after a 16-hour workday, 6 hours of sleep, a string of 16-hour workdays for several weeks. I was riding along the interstate in a construction area. A truck ran through and hit me. I went down. I immediately picked the bike up, walked it over to the side, but I was heading to work. That's who I was. I was a driven individual that worked more than anything else, trying to set up his retirement account for a later day where I can actually enjoy life. My experience with polycythemia vera didn't hit me like a truck, but it was going on during that time as well too. I've been experiencing symptoms. It first started out with incredible itching, severe fatigue, right? But hey, I work a lot, right? I gotta say the fatigue is like just difficult to walk around and stay upright. Lots of pain, lots of joint stiffness, aches, pains in my legs. Yeah, there were some days that it's like, I don't know if I can move. I don't know if I can do this. Do I have to go to work? Right? I mean, it was mentally very, very difficult. Went to several doctors during that time, and I got nothing but shoulder shrugs. So I took it into my own hands, didn't go see a doctor for 10 years, changed my diet, changed my exercise. And then in 2012, I couldn't get out of bed. I was in pain, I was stiff, I was feverish, I was sore. And when I eventually did get out of bed, I missed work for the first day of my life. The fatigue was like a weight holding me down. I go to a doctor for the first time in a decade. I got my blood work back, my platelets were sky high. The doctors at that point in time too were still saying, well, you shouldn't feel this way. You shouldn't feel this way. Those aren't the symptoms of MPN. And since then, we know that yes, they are the symptoms. They're the key symptoms associated with the disease, and I was experiencing them all. They referred me to a specialist. I was diagnosed with my MPN, myeloproliferative neoplasm, at that point in time. I've been dealing with these progressively worsening symptoms for a decade, thinking it's all in my head. I was relieved to have polycythemia vera, to have an MPN, because now I had something that I could work on, to work towards and figure this out. So I went out, researched, essentially I turned it into, it's a fact-finding mission to learn more about my disease, but really to interview my physician. Because I think it's really important to find a partner. You know, there's so many different treatment options, and getting to know someone that you can partner with throughout it to determine your care. And the only way you can do that is by advocating for yourself. We're still in the watch and wait phase of, hey, you're feeling okay. But in 2016, I had a serious blood clot, several serious blood clots in my leg. And at that point in time, we decided definitely that we need to go on treatment. My PV is very much a part of my identity now. The things that I've learned now today are because of going through my MPN. So I'm grateful for it. Yes, there's days that are tougher than others, but really I am grateful for it. It is part of who I am. I've accepted it, and I've lived my life. I see my daughter compete in beach volleyball, my son in robotics. Took a houseboat trip with my son up the Tennessee River, just he and I, for 7 days. Things that I wouldn't do normally or ever, I've come to appreciate, and that's how I want to live my life. Finding those things that give me energy and do them. Everything else, leave it behind and be unapologetic about it.